It's going to be, perhaps this will be the last video I do of this piece before the show. I have a commission, a possibility of a commission. I have to compete. It's down to 10. I'm one of the 10. Living the life of an artist is living a life of faith. G.K. Chesterton said, to live a life of faith, you have to be prepared to be a fool. So this could be a foolish profession, especially to keep on going and going and going, and just believing that somewhere, somebody's going to appreciate your work. You have to trust yourself. This kind of work, you need to do a lot of practice in clay. I'd say do at least 40 or 50 faces or heads. Don't hold on to your work too much. Don't be precious with it. Do a work. Do a head. Spend 4 hours on a head. Set it aside. Do the same head the next day. Try to do it in 2.5 hours. Set it aside. Do the next head. Try to do it in 1.5 hours. Set it aside. Then do a different head. In the same process, and keep the best and throw the rest away. Not everything has to be saved for posterity. There is no medium like stone, because of its natural resistance, to teach you about the human figure, about composition. We see how you can only discover it in stone. You can't do it in clay. It is impossible. The stone's natural resistance subordinates many, many years of academic reasoning, as Melvina Hoffman put it. I mentioned earlier in this series about these triangles. You develop that triangle first, or to there. And the face naturally falls in, the body naturally falls into different types of triangles. You develop the eyes, this lacrimal fossa area in here, where the lacrimal fossa attaches to the bone. The little minute ridges in the nose bone, where it gently transitions to cartilages of the nose and little fatty areas. As you see the way the lip moves into the nostrils, you cannot understand that with clay. Clay, there's a lack of really trying to see. Clay, you're fudging and feeling it. With stone, you actually have to observe. It forces that observation. How, for instance, the nose from the upper lip, the tissue from the upper lip transitions into the nostril. And it's different on every person. It's as individual as an ear is. And how to get the fleshiness, how to turn this into a fleshiness after. It is the undercuts that give you the fleshiness. If I get to the point of the ear, to get the fleshiness of the ear, to get the undulations in the ear, the undercuts in the back of the ear will bring that alive, as the undercuts in drapery will bring the drapery alive. Doing hair, you've got to think of it as a mass in general. There's a basic mass shape, and then there's subshapes and subshapes. You know, when in doubt, simplify. the sternocleidomastoid muscle. This line is too abrupt. It's nothing in nature is that abrupt, especially on our body. So I have to soften that edge. That little peak in here is a little bit too steep. I need to round that peak. Compositionally, I've been fighting this edge because this is the back edge of the block. And I might have to just really take a chunk of that out just to break up that line. Or I can leave it and just let the viewer figure it out. Here I'm going to, I want to open this up and open up the curls. You can check your work. This needs to, I need a great mass of material removed from here so that it balances out. And I can check my work by changing my light to a different side. The nice thing about charcoal is it comes off quickly. And you want to start seeing flaws. If you want to notice flaws, you can set your light from the side, and you can start seeing all just the various chisel marks. You can check the smoothness of your work. There. This really has about another 5 days to go. But because I have to work towards this competition, I'm going to have to set this aside for a little while. Check it from different angles. I can help you with the symmetry. This side again with my stigmatism is a little thick. You can see how this side is fatter than this side. Speak to edges. Edges are visual poetry. You want to have edges lost and found. That's the way life is. Now you see it, now you don't. So we can have fun with this edge, having these things drape over, poke out along the edge. Hopefully they don't break off. This marble in this section is a little powdery. It could, like sugar cubes, it could break off. We'll see. This whole side is a little powdery. This is a little more quartzy, a little harder. My criticism of realistic artists today is that you don't understand the beauty of edges, lost and found edges. There are a few who understand it really well. But when we copy from nature, we're left with conjecture. You can't get everything. But if you go edge, 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 everything has a hard edge, there's no romance to the work, and it doesn't lead your eye anywhere. You can tell when a work has these edges everywhere. It looks super realistic, but there's no poetry, no heart to it. Vasari called it Grazia, when a work grabs you by the heart. It has grace. But he said to qualify for grace, the artist must experience it and the viewer must experience it. If the artist doesn't experience it, but the viewer experiences it, it doesn't have grazia. If the viewer experiences it and the artist doesn't experience it, it doesn't have grazia. Both have to be interactive, interchangeable, that it has grazia. Edmund Burke talks about the sublime beauty. The sublime can be almost a type of terror, like you experience when you're standing on a mountaintop. The sublime topic is certainly an oceanic topic, too much to cover for today. I have several things written on regarding Edmund Burke's work. I think it was a Latin writer, Longinus, who first wrote about the sublime. Longinus. What I propose in my work is a return to melody. Beethoven's early work, a lot of Beethoven's early work, there was a lot of dissonance. And he came back to melody. The songs, the music became relatable. There's something about melody, and we have melody here too. We have edges, we have the differentiation of the hard edges, soft edges, textures. It's like trying to be like a musical composition. Recheck it with the different lights. My eyes get attuned to light from one direction. The hair needs to be developed in here a little bit, reducing the gears. Because things get knocked off, it's best to keep things attached as long as possible before reducing them. And we'll of course draw the little ornaments and get those in today too. I've had various people ask me about the movements in hair, how I get them. I say study acanthus leaves and study hair. The movement of acanthus leaves in regards to how it can get tighter, or looser and looser and looser. Hair coils the same way. It can get tighter or it can get looser, and there's a springiness to it. I could take this another 5 days very easily. I just can't afford the time right now. But we'll see what we can do.